All right. Well, great crowd tonight, and obviously a great win for us. It was a strange game. Didn't shoot the ball great. They did a good job taking the rim away from us and, making us work. And, we're still, I don't know, evolving, and didn't have Taylor again tonight. And so, that's different. And so it's just a process that we're in right now. And so it's find a way, see what's working, figure it out, and experiment a little bit. And we needed to tonight, I thought. Talia set the tone for us from the beginning. Came out ready to shoot the ball and score for us and play make for us. We had a really rough second quarter, shooting the basketball and scoring. And then I came out and, the second half was just a battle. They got control of the game, went up 10, and this team never quit. And a sign of great things to come, by the way, from a group that's still, growing together. And I love the way that we closed, of course. I liked the intensity. We picked it up defensively, created some turnovers, gave ourselves some opportunities, and hit big shots, down the stretch, got the stops we needed. And it came down to a battle on the boards and against a team that does a lot of the same things we do, block shots and rebound well. And, I thought our heart and our effort and our hustle, Kennedy was the one that was, leading that charge, but that was a team effort. And then we got some big ones down the stretch, some loose balls, and then obviously, offensive rebounds win games. And Kennedy got a big old board and finished it, and it was, a night to remember because of all those things. And so, just a great win for us, and hats off to USC for a great game.
Talia, I believe a career high here at Oregon State tonight with that 31. For a lot of that second half, it seemed like the offense was you putting your head down and getting to the rim. How does it feel carrying that burden and knowing that sometimes when everything else is not really working, break glass and go to the rim?
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's as much carrying a burden. I just try to create as much as I can, and if they're taking the rim away, I know I have shooters around me and people moving, so just trying to make something happen. We didn't shoot the ball great today, but I think the offense got better as we went, and then, just trying to attack the basket. They were doing a pretty good job shutting down the rim in that first half, so we just had to be more aggressive, and so I just wanted to get that started for us.
And then, Kennedy, could you walk through that final play? As you're ripping the ball away from, at least two Trojans, and what are you thinking? Are you worried about time running out? What's going on?
To be honest, it was kind of a blur, but I just knew I needed to get the ball and get a shot up. So that's, I knew Ellie was going to get something, and, so I got tipped. So I just went for the ball and went up strong.
Kennedy, it looked like on TV that number 13 had the ball kind of, and it looked like she was trying to call a timeout even. Do you remember any of that in that sequence? Or?
No, honestly, I don't. I just remember tying up the ball and getting a shot up.
What did you see, Scott?
Yeah, I saw a loose ball. In that stretch of the game, usually you let the players decide it, and that's how it appeared to me. It didn't seem weird to me. It seemed like a rebound that was loose, that people were battling for control, and usually it goes down to the person that I don't know. Somebody's going to end up with it. If they both keep it, of course it's a jump, and it's in Kennedy's hands, and she goes up with it. And so to me, it just seemed like a normal, tough rebound.
This is, I think by my count, you've had 6 players score at least 30 points since you've been at Oregon State. Given just the way this game evolved, could shoot the ball, where does this one rank in terms of offensive performances?
Yeah, high. To put 30 up in a Pac-12 game is a big deal. It's not easy to do against a team that, obviously plays great defense. And so T's figuring it out. She's learning what she can and can't do. It's far different than AAU basketball. It's far different than high school, and it's far different than it was a year ago, for her when people were really focused on Aaliyah and she was playing off the ball more. Now people are loading up on her. She saw their best defender all game long tonight. And So I think back to games where Sid would will us to a win, or I think last year Aaliyah would will us to a win at times, and that comes with opportunity, but it also comes with a skill set that's special, and so she demonstrated that tonight, so it's fun to sit back and get to watch, her just kind of work through it, because it's not easy what she's doing. It's difficult, and to create space and find shots and to hit big shots and to have, the confidence and also the determination, to make a big play, to handle mistake, come back and make another big play, and then, to evolve as a defender as well, which nobody really talks about. That's completely new to her, to be in the moments that she is and to have the role she has defensively. And so I'm just, really proud of her. That's what happens. It's the beauty of this, of what we do, is to watch marked improvement, and I thought she just gave a very special performance, and we talked about it in the third quarter. She started so strong. Second quarter was a struggle for everyone. I pulled her out pretty early in the third quarter, and we talked about a defensive thing, just because we zoned a little bit more tonight than normal. And so there's a learning curve, so I'm like, okay, let's talk about, your position here or there. And then one of the other things I said was, you might have to will us to this as a playmaker. That doesn't mean you're going to have to score every time, but it means you're going to have to make plays and create shots for us. And you can do it, and let's go. And so that's what she did.
Talia, this wasn't an accidental 31 for you, because it looked like you came out with a mindset to score. I think you scored like your first 10 or 10 or 12, something like that. It looked like you had it on your mind to get the ball up tonight.
Yeah, I think it wasn't as much I was coming in looking to score. I just wanted to get our offense going and push the ball, whether that's me scoring or creating for someone else. We didn't really like our pace against Washington State, so we wanted to come in, push the ball, and just get the offense moving a lot faster. So that was just my goal coming in, and early that kind of led to some shots for me, and then that little in the second quarter. But yeah, in the second half, I was just trying to get us going, be aggressive, and try to open up things for myself and my teammates as much as I could.
And then one more, Scott. When you're trying to find yourself as a team, you're looking for a catalyst. Is tonight maybe that catalyst?
Well, I think it's part of it. We've seen Ellie Mack be in that role. We've seen Taya Corsdale be in that role. Kennedy's working back into it, a little bit bigger role inside. So we have people that have shown. Greta had two great games, and on Maui. So where she was kind of our scoring leader over there. And so it kind of depends on what the other team's doing, and that's the beauty of this team, is we can score from a lot of places. Tonight, the way they defended us and how they were able to take the rim away, it needed to be a perimeter player. And so it was Talia's night. If you saw our Notre Dame game, you saw what T can do in a short amount of time. 20 points in a quarter against a top 20 team. I hadn't seen that before. And, it took me back to maybe Sid against Oregon here, in the fourth quarter, her senior year, where she just put us on her back and willed us to a win, hitting big shot after big shot. It was that kind of performance. And so I think this does nothing but help her confidence and help, our team in our evolution for sure.
But, I was kind of being more as a team, just you're looking for a spark, winning like this, maybe a game that
Yeah.
maybe you probably shouldn't have won, I don't know.
Yeah, I thought they outplayed us for a huge part of the game, and so, no, I think it helps our confidence for sure. This was an important win, very similar to the Colorado game, very similar, and this week and the weirdness of this week and a third game and just a kind of not a terrible feeling game. It wasn't you can lose a game and man, we did a lot of good things tonight. That was a game where it just didn't feel good at all. It felt terrible on Wednesday, and give Washington State all the credit for that, but it felt terrible. So to manage that in 48 hours or whatever it's been, and come back and then play a team that locked us up, and we're still doubting ourselves from, so this was a great win for every reason, and it can only help us in every way, So I think. I think what we did defensively makes us more dynamic too. We haven't played that much zone, but zones for this team, I think it's a good change-up for us. So I think we grew a lot on that end of the floor as well tonight.
Coach brings up the Colorado game. Taylor, you guys are down 7 with 3 minutes left. Having done what you did against Colorado, does that help keep you guys from panicking? when, you were basically in the same position against the Buffaloes that you were tonight, down 7, 3 minutes left. No panic?
Yeah, I mean, it just comes with experience, and at that point, we just have to execute, and so that's just us being laser focused and executing whatever play he calls, and getting great looks and great shots, and we have plenty of capable scorers on this team, and so I've got faith in every single one of them. And yeah, no, I don't think we really panic, but yeah, it just comes down to execution.
And then you went with the pressure and down the stretch when you needed to stop, and you made the steal on the pass. Is that something we might see a little bit more of?
Maybe. Yeah, maybe. I mean, it was beautiful, with this group, there's been so much new, and then disruption, and it's been hard leading over this last month. It's tough, not knowing exactly what's coming and what you're doing, and then handling pauses, and then handling a flurry of games to where you pick your spots. So we haven't worked on those things as much as I probably would have liked to by this point. And so then, let's work on it during the game. And I mean, that was a timeout with 3 minutes to go or 2.5 minutes to go, and I think after a bucket, and we put that press in, I think T hit a 3 to cut it to 5 maybe. And then, we're just like, okay, this is what we're doing. And so it was an adjustment on the fly that they executed very well. It was review, but it's been a long time since we'd covered it.